They say the war in Europe is over. Tell that to the city. It's July, hot as hell, and the smell. You never get used to the smell. Dust, sewage, and death baking in the sun. We rolled in here thinking we were the conquerors, but look at this place. Nobody won. We're just the janitors. You see the Jerry soldiers, the Wehrmacht boys, cleaning up the mess. A few months ago, I wanted to put a bullet in every one of them. Now, I just feel sorry for the poor bastards. They look like ghosts, hollow eyes, uniforms hanging off their bones. They aren't the master race anymore. They're just beaten men trying to earn a loaf of bread. It's the ones in the suits that get me, the city administrators. A lot of them were party members, had to be to keep their jobs. We're supposed to be rooting out the Nazis, denazifying the place. But the water needs to run, the lights need to come on. So you see these little bureaucrats, the ones who pushed the papers while the killing continued, still sitting at desks because they know how the sewer system works. They smile at us, terrified we'll check their history, desperate to be useful so we don't hang them. We aren't doing this alone, though. They've got the German police back on the beat. It's strange seeing a German in a uniform holding a baton again. They salute us, follow orders, try to keep the looting down. But you can tell that they don't know who to be afraid of more, us or the people they're policing. They do gather up looters and take them away. The poor people. I can't imagine that anything too serious happens to them. Everyone is doing what it takes to survive. They're all desperate. Then there's the KPD, the German communists. You spot them a mile away because they're always wearing something red. While everyone else is starving, these guys are full of energy. They came in with the Russians, convinced this is their moment. They're pasting up posters, organizing committees, acting like they own the rubble. They walk around with a chip on their shoulder, arrogant. They think because they wear a red badge, they didn't lose the war. The funny thing is that the Russians don't really respect them either. Officers half-heartedly try to keep their soldiers from harassing them. To me, they just look like the same thugs we just defeated, just wearing a different colored armband. You can see real hate for these communists in the eyes of the normal Germans. They try to hide it, but to be honest, I understand completely. But the real tension, that's found in the Russian sector. When we see how Ivan treats the POWs, it turns your stomach. We treat them like prisoners. The Russians treat them like cattle. I saw a column the other day, marching east. It looked like they were coming back from some work detail or something. When a guy fell, he was beaten by a Russian with the butt of a rifle. The guards, they have a lot of anger. Maybe they earned it after what they did in Russia. But watching them beat a half-dead man, we actually stopped our jeep, stupidly asking, "What's going on here?" A Russian officer rushed over, waving us to drive on, and snarled angrily, "Our Germans, yours there," pointing west. We just drove on. It doesn't feel like justice. It feels like revenge. You could say that these Germans are lucky, still useful to the Russians as forced labor. There are rumors that many POWs were sent in trains to the east and haven't been heard from. Just after the surrender, many were simply shot, especially those from the Waffen-SS, who had plenty of blood on their hands. There's nothing fun about losing a war. And the civilians? The fear in the women's eyes when a Russian truck drives by. You don't need to speak German to understand that. We hear the stories. The raping of Berlin isn't just a rumor. The Russians treat the city like a treasure chest that they can smash open. Watches, bicycles, women. It's the law of the jungle over there. We're supposed to be allies. Just a few months ago, we met on the Elbe, exchanged war trophies, danced, we drank vodka together that tasted like gasoline, and toasted to no more war. We really believed it. But here in the city, it's cold. We run into their officers, the occupation administration. They're tight-lipped and suspicious. We're already fighting over the scraps. I heard a Russian colonel yelling at our captain the other day about a German manager who had something to do with power supply. He said, "He was in our sector and he will be brought back. He's ours." That's how they talk. Like they're drafting teams for a new game. We're grabbing the scientists, the engineers, anyone with a brain. They're doing the same. It's a race. We look at the Russians and we don't see buddies anymore. We see the guys we're gonna have to fight next. We're standing here in the middle of Europe, staring at the Russians, and they're staring right back. There's a lot of firepower hanging around. I haven't seen any sign of demilitarization, which makes me think. These zones have basically turned into front lines. Are we really still looking for rogue Germans? Come to think of it, I wonder how many of these Russians were in Poland in 1939 when they divided up that country with the Germans. Obviously, the division of the spoils and the peace there didn't last long. The stage seemed set for some major confrontation, and I'm gripped with the feeling that everyone somehow is itching for another fight. It comes out in the open when the soldiers drink too much. Everyone's primed, except for the poor Germans. They're just spectators now. If you like productions like this, created from primary historical sources, please take the time to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Patreon supporters get regular access to exclusive footage that can't be shown here. Open a free account on our website, military1945.com, and stay informed. Thanks for watching.